G'day, Finroo here. How you doing? Welcome along Homebrew Wednesday on a Wednesday. Planned that really well. How you doing? I hope you've had a really good week. So today I've got a few things on the go that I want to share with you. I've got a bottle from Roy, Robinson's Old Tom, coming in at 9.4% bottle conditioned. Lovely. I've got some sauerkraut here with purple cabbage and some fermented chilies and onion. Be trying that, and also my latest creation as far as my woodworking goes. And I've got also a bottle of Tamnavulin Speyside single malt Scotch whisky coming in at 40%. We'll have a look at that. So first of all, let's just crack into this. Been really looking forward to this. In fact, I had so this is bottle conditioned. Yep, Hurty. I had Roy sent me another one. It was I think it was called Annual Harvest, and it was made. He used his hops, his homegrown hops. He was growing some Cascade, and just first started to grow the hops, and it takes a few, 2 or 3 years to get them well established and up and running. This looks good. And so he put the hops that he collected from his first harvest. He put them into in the whirlpool after flame out, and it was just a very simple malt bill. I think he was using some ale malt and he used 5 kg of ale malt. He used 100 grams of sour grapes to lower the pH. He used about 65 grams, I think he put in at the boil, at 60-minute boil, and then as I say, in the whirlpool he put 60 grams. He put in his harvest, which he did weigh, but he forgot. And I hear you. I'm always doing that. I'll talk about that shortly with my my fermentation. So it's poured nice and dark. Beautiful. The head's hanging around. It's quite foamy. There's a few bigger bubbles, as you can see on the outside, but it's foamy. Beautiful. Beautiful aroma. What you'd expect, chocolate coffee. I haven't actually had a look at the. I forgot to have a look at the recipe, and I've just realised now that I should have. So never mind. It's very nice, sort of chocolatey malt forward, coffee-ish. Maybe some dark fruit there. I don't know. Let's go and have a look. Looking forward to this. Cheers, Roy. Bloody beautiful. Really, really nice. What can I say? Carbonation. I could really feel the carbonation on my tongue. So good rich carbonation on it. Absolutely beautiful. Caramel. Golden syrup. Looking for raisin, can't find it. beautifully well, mate. And I always like to have a bit of a giggle because, excuse me, because I because when I'm trying beers, and and I love this, I really do, I really love this. I tried when I'm trying a beer, and especially if it's a homebrew, it doesn't matter if it's a homebrew or not. I'll always try, and I'm looking for faults, and I guess it's from being a homebrewer, and I'm trying to correct my own faults. So therefore, I'm looking at other people's beer, and I'm going, "Oh yeah, I can see what you got wrong there." Excuse me. Yes. I'm turning into an old man now, and I need to keep a hanky up the chair. But I'm going to be sniffing through the whole thing. I watched another one of my videos a wee while back, an old video, and I'm sitting there, and after every second word, I'm sniffing, and it wasn't good enough. So, one of my props is just about rolled off on the table. Now, let's get back on track. Yeah, so I'm getting a real caramel there, like a real, shall we say, Macintoshes. Macintoshes is a confectionery here, very caramel, sort of hard chewy. Excuse me, hard chewy thing, nicely carbonated. Um, so what I was saying was, um, so I always look at other beers, other brewers, and brews um, that I buy in the shops, and if and I'll pick a fault, and it's something that I regret now because I'm learning about brewing and things like that, and I try to nail all my faults, and I get really pedantic about that because that's the way that my journey's gone about learning to brew good beer is to try and get rid of those faults and come away and make really good quality beer and just learn about the process, which I feel is very important. But raw, I don't think it was this one. It was another one. It was. I mean, this is 7.4. There's no alcohol burn at all. There's no heat at all in it. There's no. They call it fusel alcohols. Where the yeast is not well, the yeast is probably very happy, but it's going flat out. Um, it's struggling to get through all the sugars, and it's producing this alcohol that's very hot. To me, that's a fault. Um, and I taste it in some beers around this same percentage 7.4, 7.5, 7%, and higher that are hot, and they should not be hot. I don't believe that they should be hot at all. This one has absolutely no alcohol warmth whatsoever. So I'm really well done, Roy. That's a really well brewed beer, in my opinion. Um, I don't pretend to know everything. Um, we're learning things all the time. But cheers, Baxter. Go. He's got Roo here at the moment. So that's wonderful. I'll just top that up. I've got a couple of props here moving around. One thing is quite funny to me. I because of the beer is very expensive down here, and I've been buying. It's gonna raise a few eyebrows. um, I said to the lady in the bottle shop because I've been buying Spates swapper crates $50, and I thought after 2 crates of it, over the months, I thought actually I might try something else. I'm not really that happy with that, even though it is cheap. It wasn't, and I started mixing the beers out a bit, mixing it with something like Cooper's Stout, But I bought this today as a change, and it's basically tastes the same as Spates as far as I'm concerned. There's no difference. But the point I want to get to here is that these mainstream beers, you won't actually. I mean, you may not really think the taste is very interesting, and not a lot to write home about. However, I don't think you'll find a fault at all in the beers as far as the brewing process goes. And that's a fact, actually. I know that DB and Lion and Spates, the mainstream beers here, they go through an extreme tasting process after every batch by a panel of up to 12 people, looking for faults and anything like that. And if there's faults, they find a fault, but their quality control on their beer, as I say, it's not very, can't taste any hops. It's called it's a draft beer. But actually, it's actually a lager. It's made with a lager yeast. At ale temperatures, goes really fast, quick turnover. So that's interesting. Anyway, that's about that for that. Roy, I'd rather drink your beer any day of the week than that. Beautiful. I must put the recipe out there if you don't mind, because that's worth you guys brewing it. My sauerkraut. This is sauerkraut I made with red cabbage and some onion and some carrot. And this is some. So this one here, I'm pretty sure I made this with 1 tablespoon of sea salt per 500 mils of water. This one I made with 2 tablespoons. 2 tablespoons, and so I just have a look at my book because I wrote it down. So basically, what you've got is there are websites online that you can go to and work out the solution, the saline solution of different types of vegetables. It's not the same for everything. I didn't know that. So I've got 1 tablespoon in here. I've got 2 tablespoons in here. So I did write it down so I could tell you guys. If you're interested in getting into this fermenting vegetables, it is fun. I have run into a couple of problems. So, what am I going to say? Have I written it down? I've written it down somewhere. So, salt. So, I'm going to do some onions. And just as an example, we're going to get 500 ml of half a litre of water. And so I'll get a big pot of water and I just boil it for about half an hour, and then I'll turn it off and just let it cool down. And that should get rid of all the chlorine in it, because we don't want chlorine. And then I'll put, let's say, for example, it says for onions, you want to put about 25 grams of salt per 500 mils of water. And that is, I think, 4%. And you look at the charts on the go online and see it's just put in a vegetable brine percentage for vegetables, and that'll tell you what you want to do. So I've got 1 tablespoon basically is 18. 1 tablespoon of salt is 18 grams. So for the one I'm going to do for onions, it requires 25 grams for a half litre. So that's going to be about 1 1/3 tablespoons of salt. So I haven't got my scales here, so I'm just guessing it, and it doesn't matter, right? Just ballpark stuff. When I get back home, I'll probably put the scales on and weigh it out and get a bit of a general idea. But some of my other ferments, some of them have got really soggy, and that's apparently letting them ferment for too long. But they've all been bubbling away really nicely. I've just had this in the fridge to cool it down a bit, and I actually tried one before. So the bubbles will sort of stop, but sometimes it takes a few days to get the bubbles going. But then you've got to watch that you don't let it ferment for too long, or things go a bit soggy, as the actor said to the bishop. So let's just have a look at this, because Roy said to me, I'll send you some beer to have with your sauerkraut. So that's what I'm going to do. I should move this out of the way. That's another thing there. Okay, so what we got, that's and to hold your ferments down, your sauerkraut down, you get some like cabbage leaves and push them down to hold everything down below the water line. Now this, you can see there's carrots in here. I've got red cabbage and there's onion in the bottom there. Or I grated some onion into it. So cheers. Go away. There we go. That's only slightly salty. It's only slightly salty. It's very, very tasty. I'm making fish burgers tonight with waraho fish. Oh, that's a great combination. That's a great combination. That's tangy, slightly salty, no, only a little bit. So that was only one tablespoon per 500 ml. But there are charts online. Just go online and Google, and how much salt should I put to make the brine up. You see, and then you just this one here, I didn't massage salt into the cabbage leaves and get it to draw out all the liquid from inside the cabbage to make its own brine, if that makes sense. I just cut the cabbage up, grated a carrot, actually grated some onion, put it all in, pushed it down, and then I just poured my brine that I'd made on top, filled it up, and then I put the cabbage leaf down to hold it down. Excuse me. It's getting cold down here now. And the fire's just come on again. I let it go out, but then I just stacked it up with kindling wood, and it's taken off. Beautiful. Oh, this is a very nice beer. Now this one here, this was made with 2 tablespoons of salt, which is probably a bit much. See, once again, I've got my cabbage leaves in there, just pushing it all down, because they tend to stay pretty. I don't know if I think I said this before. If you leave your ferments for too long, they become really mushy. I had some cucumbers there that I left for a couple of weeks, and I tried them this morning. Very, very tasty, but very mushy. So they'll go all right in a burger. So these are my chilies. So I've got some onions in the bottom. See the onions in the bottom? And I've got red and green chilies, and just the brine. I've put no other seasoning at all in it. There's no peppercorns or no whatnot. So, know how you're doing. Wonderful. So as I said, as I said, 2 tablespoons in that one. I think I'm going to stick with 2 tablespoons of sea salt per 500 mils of water, if you know what I mean. I think that's quite a good balance. Different things, tomatoes, beans, all have different levels of brine that you need to put in it. I hope I'm making sense here. Let me, if you have a problem that you don't quite understand what I'm talking about, just leave me a comment after you hit the like button. Just leave me a comment. And if you're new to the channel, subscribe if you're keen. If you're a brewer, or you're just interested in doing stuff like this, or becoming a brewer. So he says, take another swig of this beautiful beer. And once again, it goes wonderful with those chilies. So I'm moving on. I'm trying to keep things moving here. This is my latest creation. So I'm very happy with this. Now that you'll notice that the texture and the colour is very different from the other ones that I had, the bottle openers that I showed you a couple of weeks ago. You can see the grain a lot more. It's lighter, and between the grains, a bit too close, but that wood is beautiful and smooth, and it's only had about 3 coats of oil on it. Now the reason that I think that it's got that this has come up so beautiful like this, and the other ones are different, they're still nice, is because I didn't apply any oil until after I'd finished sanding it. Whereas on the other ones, I sanded, then I oiled, then I sanded, then I oiled, and blah, and on and on and on a week. So you can see how beautiful that is. It's a very, very nice finish. So what I think happens if you oil it and then you sand, the oil actually burns a bit from the friction of the sander, and it darkens up a lot. So I'm going to do about 3 of these. These are to put your cackleberries in. Okay. It's a cackleberry tray. Look at that. Hey? It's beautiful. So I'm very happy with that, and I've learned a lot, and I've come away with a really good result there. Didn't know why. I didn't know why before. That the surface of the other ones was so dark, and this one is, yeah. But look at that; it's absolutely bloody beautiful. So I've got another one on the go. I've been one of my batteries is not working, so I've only got one battery. So I just do a little bit each day. And the worst part of it is getting it flat both sides. I'm going to have to invest in something because I'm going to carry on doing this. I just love it. It's easy for me to do, and I get a lot of pleasure out of it. But as I say, the first part, it's a wee bit monotonous, but look at the way it's come up, would you? Just love it. So I'll be showing you more, and we'll be, if you're keen, I'll be doing this on my channel a bit more, and I'll try and keep it beer related. But there's all sorts of ideas that I've come across with on Pinterest and things like that. Very fantastic. Okay, last but not least, just moving along. I'm going to try this whiskey that's fantastic, Roy. This whiskey here that I just got just a few moments ago, Tamnavulin, coming in at 40%, reads, matured in American oak barrels and finished in German Pinot Noir red wine casks to complement the sweet, mellow and smooth taste of Tamnavulin. Golden rosewood in colour, this aromatic Speyside single malt offers enticing aromas of Turkish delight, caramelised peaches, and Seville oranges, vanilla, ginger spice, and figs on the palate. This bottle here, they've got, so it's a non-age statement. And that's fine by me. I don't have any I don't have any problems with whether it's age statement or not. All I care about is whether or not the whiskey tastes good. And you're paying quite a bit these days for non-age statements, I have to say. And not all older whiskies are a lot better than. I've had some really nice 6-year-old single malts. I think it was Glendronach. I think it was a 6 or 8-year-old Glendronach I had. It was absolutely beautiful. It was, I think it was 52%. This is number 3, batch number 164. It says a red wine edition, German Pinot Noir cask finish. Now, I have tried it before, and I'd say that those people that are looking at getting into some whiskey to start off with, this would be a really good, along with some other Speyside ones, this would be a great whiskey to get into, to try, along with Glenfiddich, Glen Murray, and Glenlivet. are other ones that for entry level. Entry level, I say entry level, but even a seasoned whiskey drinker would appreciate those whiskies, I'm sure. Sláinte? Okay, because I'm getting cherry. Maybe I'm getting this cherry wood off this cherry wood. um, I'm getting vanilla notes. Roy, your beer's doing a job on me. In fact, I got a lot more flavour out of this before I had the chilies, the sauerkraut, and the Robinson's Old Tom. I'm definitely getting oak, wood. I'm getting a really burning tongue. That's probably left over from the chilies. Vanilla, spice. And there's all sorts of things going on there that I don't really know a lot about. But it is a very, very nice whiskey. And I only paid $60 for it. So it was on special. So that's really good value for a Speyside single malt. I think that's all I've got for you. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe. If I'm into all sorts of things, I just try and do my best with my brewing and tasting things and enjoying the small things in life. So those of you that don't know me, I live with chronic fatigue syndrome, and so it's things like this that I can do that I really enjoy. Brewing, I really enjoy. Fermenting stuff, I really enjoy. And people sending me bottles of, like Roy, he's done this several times, as has other people, Tim and Tube Dino's, and just being part of the community, and it gives me a real boost and a lift in life to be active and doing something and keep getting my mind around stuff. So, and I've met so many people from all around the world. I have, I even do a Zoom talk with a great friend of mine in Pittsburgh, and I'm in touch with other people, email from time to time. So I really appreciate it, and it's the sort of thing that keeps me going and keeps me happy. So cheers, everybody. Sláinte, you take care, and I'll see you next time.